modern day scientists. Okay, so I'm going to go back here and let's just open up these columns. So before you start copying and pasting and doing anything, you want to know what you're working with. So you'll see that we have our time here. We'll have our X. These are some axioms here. We have our Y. And then we have X velocity and Y velocity. And you'll see that they're measured in meters per second. Meters. We have seconds here. Okay? So this is basically what you want to be able to have right now. You should have this. This is a CSV file. So now I'm going to go back. And when I go back, well, actually, I don't need to go back. Let me go to Moodle now. See if Moodle is open for me. Here is Moodle. And this is Moodle Mobile. So I'm just going to select on Done. This was the last thing we were in. Just going to go back. And I'm still in level 3 experimental activities. You're going to see once this thing uploads or refreshes, you'll see something a little bit different. You'll see this Unit Circle version 2 downloadable calculator. So we have this thing stored in the cloud. I'm just going to go ahead and select on this icon. So now it's stored on the device. Okay. I'm going to select and I'm going to open up this file. All right. So you'll see that we have this calculator here. And this calculator is going to calculate the radius. It's going to calculate our sine function, our cosine function, as well as our tangent function. And we'll have corresponding graphs for the sine, the cosine, and the tangent. So the sine will have a graph, the cosine will have a graph, and the tangent function will have a graph. So the first thing that we want to do is let's just open this in Microsoft Excel. So I can say share. There's a little button over here. And I'm going to slide over. You'll see that we have Excel. And I'm going to open this document in Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to go ahead and say duplicate. Yours may say copy or something along those lines. So I'm just going to duplicate this, and I want to make sure that I duplicate it into that folder. Okay, under Unit Circle. So everything will be nice and contained, and you see this highly unreadable text here. Let's just get rid of all of that. And we're going to call this our Unit Circle calculator. Okay. And I'll just say duplicate. It's going to duplicate it in that folder. So let's look at what we have to copy over. You'll see we have time. We have video analysis X and video analysis Y. These are the only things that we need to copy over. All right, you'll see that I have the Unit Circle calculator written in here. So let's go ahead and get that data. So let's go back and we'll open the previous file. So the previous file is located here, Unit Circle Brass Eric 4. And if you can't find it there for some reason, it's probably a best practice to go back and say open. Or if you select on this and it says file cannot be found, go back to open. And then just navigate to your folder here, which is the Unit Circle. And you'll see that file located here. It's always going to have the CMBL extension. It's just a CSV file. So now let's go ahead and grab our time. Remember, we wanted time, X, and Y. These are ordered pairs, and we're going to, yes, this is what we need. I want to get in deeper, but I just want you to copy this over. Go back, and then we're going to go back into our calculator. And then we want to paste this data here. So now that the data is pasted, you'll notice on the side here that all of these calculations have been done. So you'll see that we have our radius calculated. That's Pythagorean's theorem that we're using. We have our sine function, cosine function, and tangent function. The radius is about 10 centimeters. Okay, so if you look here, you have 10 centimeters.